All right, today we got my boy Asher Shaw. What's good, bro?
Boys, what is good?
What's
How are
good?
you?
Introduce yourself, bro.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Asher Shaw. I'm from Perth and ex-FIFO worker
Yeah.
and also construction. Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. And that was how long ago when you were working back then?
So pretty much my story started back in the end of 2023. I'd already been doing like FIFO for 2.5 years, then was doing a bit of construction as well. Started to realize I was like, all right, looking around at everyone that I'm working with, this isn't what I want to be doing. I'm fucking working 12 hours a day, night shift, day shift. And then, I don't want to fucking, even the money, even making good money, but it's not, the best. And being away, it's not worth the sacrifice that I'm making.
Yeah.
And then I went into a bit of construction, doing like drainage and that sort of trade and to get on the machines. And then again, like that was, I thought that would give me more freedom because I was actually earning a higher hourly wage. But then I was working 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day, burning heat, always working. Hey, me and my boss, like we hate each other. He was like old as fuck. I was like, nah, there's no way I'm ending up like that. Like there's got to be like some sort of change.
Yeah.
And I knew like I wanted to travel, I wanted to make money.
Mm.
I wanted to just be able to travel. That was the thing. I wanted to like live
Yeah.
my life and not have to work essentially
Yeah.
or work in one sort of place.
Yeah.
So yeah, looked into all these different business models. So like there was drop shipping. I even did try a little bit of drop shipping when I was younger,
Mm.
um, but that basically went to shit. Few side hustles like cleaning people's cars, pressure washing, all that kind of stuff. But even that is still keeps you restricted to like one certain area. So that's when I started looking at like the actual online space with SMMA, but I didn't really have that guidance, and I was pretty skeptical in sort of going into and really taking that leap because I was obviously scared of starting. So it
Yeah.
was just like that stuck between I don't want to work this job, but then I'm not sure what is 100% real and 100% bullshit at this point, you know?
Okay. So you pretty much you're working construction, doing FIFO for quite a few years, like 3 years,
Yeah.
roughly, and like you were making some pretty decent money, but the biggest thing for you was just, I suppose, having that freedom, like just being able to travel and I suppose do
Yeah.
things you want.
Like you pretty much, especially FIFO, or even like a trade as well, like especially FIFO, because you work 2 weeks and then you come off, you have a week off.
Yeah.
Basically, you go like I would always go to Bali or go on to like some sort of holiday, but that time that you go away is just like it feels so limited. It's like a quick weekend, and you're like, fuck, now I'm back in the same place, the same people, doing the same shit, same hours. Like it's just over and over again. It's like this unhealthy repeated cycle,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that was like when I really realized that I need to figure out what the goal is and how I can make an income online so then I can continue living where I want to be living and not have to
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
underground and
Yeah.
and do those just shit jobs just for money. Because at the end of the day, I was just working for money. So like
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy the job. I was simply just there for money. So
Mm.
why not find something that I enjoy, can make good money and can do from anywhere in the world? Like that's a triple win sort of thing. So that
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
but yeah,
100%.
and
Was that
you know,
something you like sort of like, I suppose, wanting to do for a while, like getting into the online space, leave your job, like be able to live
yeah,
this life you're sort of speaking about?
well, yeah, ages, bro. Because I always saw like kids, yeah, like my age, like fucking driving around Lambos, like Ferraris, living the life that I wanted to. So I was like,
Mm.
well, fuck, like how are they able to do it? Same age as me,
Yeah.
probably just as smart as me. Like, how what's the secret? Like, clearly I don't know. Clearly I'm missing something, and they know
Yeah.
something that I don't.
Yeah.
And once I kind of realized that, I had that skepticism that everything was like a course, someone was selling a course or some sort of,
Yeah.
just
Yes.
bullshit. It was just
Yeah.
one big, I don't know, pyramid scheme or triangle or like whatever. But
Yeah.
once I realized that, okay, yeah, there are definitely people that sell courses
Mm.
and, that's good on them, but really they're just selling education.
Mm.
But then there's also people that sell, services and like services for businesses,
Yeah.
digital products that actually help people. So like, things from helping businesses with their marketing, that sort of service. That is a completely remote service,
Yeah.
which is also high ticket that you can sell.
Yeah.
So once I like clicked with that, my skepticism and my thought of it being fake was like, oh, there's actually legit shit out there that
Mm.
is that you can actually get started with.
Yeah.
But the only gap between where I was when I was working construction and that, and the thing that I didn't know was obviously the skills on
Yeah.
how to, you know, start selling those digital products and services, and
Mm.
then to then put me into that position where I could make that kind of money.
Mm.
So that's when I, went down the path of finding, some sort of coach. And because I was so like obviously so against courses and everything, I
Mm.
didn't want to buy a course, didn't, want to have, because I've already bought multiple courses with drop shipping and those also
Yeah.
like different businesses. So I just had a foul taste.
Yeah.
So I went in and I got myself a mentor, and
Okay.
then basically, yeah, like from there, just I knew that that was exactly what I needed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, look, like people are really skeptical of everything, and I don't even blame them at all. Like I was as well. It sounds like you were, because there are a lot of like, there's just a lot of shit out there. There's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of people faking it and just selling courses. So like, I don't blame people when they do have that skepticism, but I think the number one thing, like you said, was just that lack of, I suppose, understanding of how everything works and just, I suppose, just judging something before they really actually get to know what it does and what it is and how it all works and what. So for you, like you wanted to focus more on skills. I mean, what even led you to, I suppose, getting a mentor opposed to just, I suppose, doing it on your own?
Yeah, well, the main thing was, so I was watching YouTube videos and I was going down that path. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just watch YouTube videos and
Yeah.
and then get an understanding and then start, trying to get these roles and start putting myself in that position. But
Mm.
what I realize is like no one's gonna hire you and no one's gonna trust you to sell those digital products and put you in that and get you in that position if
Mm.
you've just watched YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So you that bit missing was, someone that could guide me and that guidance and that training to then learn the skills. So, but yeah, like on that topic of skepticism and
Mm.
and getting over that, it's like you have to also realize that everything, what is the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
If I'm already in the position that I'm in right now, and a lot of people like that are watching it, obviously are sitting on the fence, or maybe they're definitely working their job, they want to change, bro. Like you're already in a shit position, so like what do you have to lose? And that was a big thing for me. Like I had nothing to lose, everything to gain, and I probably had the most to lose because I was going into debt to buy this house. So like
Yeah.
if it didn't work out for me to that I would go broke, then I wouldn't be able to buy a house or like and
Yeah.
afford the house, which would have been fucked. So that was also motivation. But if I can, look at that whole situation and be like, all right, I have nothing to lose, everything to gain. And another thing is, once you back yourself and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go just all in on me, making this work and trusting myself, then you can't really lose. And
Mm.
like you can fail over and over again, but really you either learn and then you just go back up and just keep going again. That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
Yeah. 100%. Just got to back yourself. Just got to believe in yourself. I mean, for you, like you've been doing this for like a year now, roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're 22 years old. Like you said, you own your own house now. I mean, what sort of like, I suppose the results you've been able to get out of, getting into ABC, getting the mentorship, getting like the proper guidance like you were talking about. Where's that sort of led you?
Yeah, so first, well, I mean, my story is actually crazy. So like first
Yeah.
2 months, I joined ABC. Basically, like you said before, the first when you come in and you realize what's being, taught and who's in it and what they have to offer, you're just like, okay, this is exactly what I need,
Yeah.
and this is exactly what I'm missing. So like once I knew, I was like, yeah, I'm in the right position and the right place, all I need to do is just soak everything up like a sponge.
Mm.
So first 2 months, I was just learning, getting my head around everything, understanding everything. And then I think the third month, I managed to get a setting role with one of ABC's clients, so one of their content creators.
Yep.
Plus, then I got a setting role with a real estate coach that I outbounded myself.
Okay.
So I had two of them, and I was still working, so I was just doing all that. Then I replaced my income, and then I think I was like on the fence about quitting my job because I didn't fully match it, and it was a bit like oh fuck, a
H-
bit risky.
How much were you making when you were like in your setting role and working?
I would say, well, yeah, it was about like so it's about like well, $600 to $1,000 a week
Oh
as like a
wow. Yeah.
yeah. So and that
While
was
working
like
like full time?
yeah. So I was working full time, and
Mm,
then fucking like so be before work, I'd wake up, be like
mm,
setting, getting the like day sort of ready, and then go to work. And then every moment I got when I was in between work, I'd be appointment setting,
mm.
smoker appointment setting,
Yeah.
and then after work, locking back in.
Yeah.
And still I was able to get like and make decent money other than and there was other setters in the like doing the same role as me and they were
Yeah.
couldn't match it. I was like, fuck, must be a weapon. But anyway, and then I
Yeah.
fucking once I got to that, I was like, all right, the next step for me and where I need to go to reach my dream life is through like personal branding and challenging myself to that next part.
Mhm.
So that's when I got into like content, a bit of closing, and then ramping it up there. And I think my first month after that, so like the fourth month of being with ABC, I made my first 10K month, and I quit my job.
Yeah.
And then I actually moved all the way to the Philippines with some of my mates, started living there. And then it was crazy because I made my first 10K month. And then a week after, I made my first 10K week. So it was just
Damn.
like back to back. And
Yeah.
then from there, I was averaging around like 30 to 40K a month. And then from it got back to like last September, I made, I think it was like, yeah, it was like 75K in 1 month.
Oh,
And then on February, the second week of February, I had my best week so far, which was 26.3K in a week. So yeah, pretty crazy numbers simply
yeah.
just from like going from fucking working construction and FIFO, locking in, understanding that everything that ABC has to offer is truly to make you fucking successful, no matter what business you're in. And then just applying that to my business, to my personal brand, and then converting it to money.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, that's like the biggest wins for me. And obviously I'm not even where I want to be right now. Like
Mm.
I'm still like ages ago.
Yeah.
So
So
yes, yeah, the future. But yeah.
with where you're at right now, bro, like your initial goal was supposed to just get out of construction, work on your own, be able to travel. I mean, did you expect to be able to get to this level? Like, do you feel like you've reached your goals or surpassed your goals? Like,
I think nah for the when I first like when I first started, I was like, oh, I just want to make 10K a month and like live in Bali and stuff like that's me, sweet.
yeah, yeah,
And once I realized that like the true potential is like what is really out there and what I can achieve,
mhm,
that's when I just started going like for more and more and more and started pushing myself even more.
yeah,
And then also applying that to like other people, like, okay, so you want your goals to be 10K a month, but just seen me make fucking seven times that.
yeah,
Why limit yourself to just 10K a month when we come from the same background?
yeah,
If I
exactly,
do it, then 100% you can do it as well.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like applying that and just realizing that really just anything is possible
Mm.
with the right guidance and then obviously the drive and trusting yourself that you can do it.
So, bro, like you're at the point now where, you pretty much surpass your initial goals. You wanted to leave your job, want to start traveling. Now you're doing that and more. You said you bought your first house, you made fucking 26K in a week. Like, what's your sort of goals for the rest of the year? What are your plans?
Yeah, so got some pretty big goals that obviously scare the fuck out of me. Like obviously the goals that I have hit have been crazy
Mm,
and than what I could ever imagine when I first started. But I guess for this year you know, to scare like because you want to make your goals fucking to scare you. So something's obviously well definitely moving to Dubai. I've just started up got the ball rolling for that. So should be there next month. But yeah, so doing that and then I want to be hitting, 100K months first and then 100K weeks. So I need to be, really ramping things up.
yeah.
And which even like right now it's still I know I can get it. I know exactly what I need to do, but it's just, putting out working towards that. And then obviously like another main goal is getting 10 people to 10K a month. So I've been working closely with, some people inside of ABC that
Yeah.
I'm looking at, really helping them getting to 10K a month and so on. So basically just teaching them exactly how I did it and just go do this because it works.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing about ABC. Everyone works together and everyone helps each other achieve what their goals.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. 100%. So for you right now, I mean, what would you even say to someone that's, maybe doesn't think that's possible, or maybe is on the fence with, taking that leap of faith and making a change in their life?
I would definitely like you just have to realize, bro, like it's so easy. It's so easy like to get your dream life. Like we're so conditioned in the way that we're taught with school with like getting, the whole of high school and school is told, just get a job and that'll be it.
Yeah.
But that compared to the actual life that you want, it's not going to achieve it. And you're not going to achieve any sort of financial lifestyle or financial freedom with that.
Mm,
So you have to take a risk, but really you have nothing to lose.
mm,
And in today's age, like you have a phone that you carry around with you every day, it is so easy to make over 10K a month. Think
mm,
of it like it this way, without like instead of looking at it like 10K a month, think of it like as $2,500 a week. So like let's say like round it to 3K a week that you need to make. Sell three items or three services that are going to give you $1,000 in profit.
mm.
Boom, there you go. So make it like if people like me and you can do it, then I know the person watching this is 100% able to do it as well because we're just like tradies and ex-FIFO
Yeah.
workers. Like we're not smart.
Bro,
And
most of ABC are tradies.
yeah, so it's like, bro, it's just so easy. Like, and then another thing is like you can't do this shit on your own. What's the point in doing it on your own and trying to figure it all out? Then once you get rich, you're just gonna be fucking lonely. Like
Yeah.
have the boys around you, like get rich with the boys
Yeah.
and lock in together and it's gonna fast track your success. Like I think that's the thing with having a mentor is like the mentor and the coach has already been through all the shit that you're going through and you will go through. So having them there to go, oh hey bro, like I'm struggling with this, they're gonna be like, yep, boom, boom, boom. I did this last time, fix that. It's like, oh fuck, all right. Instead of sitting there trying to YouTube everything for fucking 3 or 4 days or a week and just sitting there doing nothing. So yeah, get yourself a mentor, realize that anything is possible, and that sounds cliche, but it truly is. And then just fucking get to work, bro. 2 months of locking in and hard work, and you'll have the life that you want. It's
Yeah.
that easy. Like,
100%. I think both speaking from my experience, and I'm sure you can, you know, agree with this, is just like the only way we've been able to get to where we're at now so quickly. Because I think a lot of people are like, man, it seems too good to be true. Like, how have you done this so quickly? It's literally just getting a mentor. Like,
yeah.
you get help from someone who's done it before, who's a millionaire. Like, you just do what they tell you to do. Like, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's like you don't question, just like, okay, yeah, this obviously works because this person has made millions of dollars. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, people, it's like, yeah, it's a fucking cheat sheet. Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand why people, and that's what annoys me when people go like, oh yeah, you just bought a course. It's like, nah, I didn't. I fucking invested into someone to actually teach me. So that's what they have to understand, and it's like something that I try and tell my followers and my viewers. But yeah, some people are just so fixated and stuck on that. Anytime you invest a bit of money into something, or it's just to buy a course. Yeah, it is what it is. But
100%. Well, thank you, Asha, for jumping on with me. And
yeah, no stress.
sweet. We'll talk soon. Thank you
Look,
guys for
sir,
watching.
casual.